on the board. Cut in your hand. Cut. Rock chop. Cut. Julienne. Cut. Chiffonade. Cut. Tuesday lunch. Cut. Tournée. Cut. Slice a steak. Cut. You're a chef. Pacific 67. Make the cut.
Hi, I'm Basil, and this is my business partner Rakosh, and we're right now sitting in the place to be, the kitchen. Why, you ask? Well, there's food in it. We hate it when people use the term foodie. We find it an unnecessary label. We all eat food. We all love food. Some geek about it, and some are better at making it. But that doesn't mean that we can't all improve our kitchen game. That's why we wanted to bring you knives. Knives that unpack a lot more than meets the eye. Before anything, full disclosure, our knives do not come with a safety lock, and if you need one, you should be ordering takeout.
Behold, Pacific 67. 67 layers Damascus steel with a VG10 core, tempered to 62 on the Rockwell hardness scale and set at an angle of 17 degrees.
It's really geeky stuff, but here's what it means. It means that after a lot of research, we discovered that when it comes to blades, nobody does it like the Japanese. So when it comes to knives, oh, they can cut. They are obsessed with purest function. We also learned that Western style of knife making is all about versatility, comfort and ease. So what we did was quite simple really. We created the hybrid. We brought the unfailing function of the East, added it to the superior comfort of Western handling, made the design beautiful and stylish, and boom, Pacific 67 happened.
So now what we have here is this, a state-of-the-art knife collection in some of the sexiest colors. These tools are designed to represent exactly who you are. Someone who loves good food, great comfort, and zero fuss. So whether you're a chef or a home cook, these are the last blades you're ever gonna need, and that's a promise. We really love our knives. We love what they can do. But more importantly, we love how much they're going to help you in the kitchen. And we're convinced you'll feel the same way. And that's why we're here on Kickstarter. We'd like you to help us fund our first production run, so we can start getting these bad boys out of our kitchen and into yours.
Scroll down for details.
Premium knife collection. The knife you can use for lifelong. Innovative new alloy. Finest materials. Crafted by skillful Japanese artisans. For helping you become creative. SUNCRAFT is located in Seki City, Japan, where it is known as samurai sword forging from the history. Founders of the company had started knife production in Seki City and accumulated experience for more than 60 years. Merging our craftsmanship from generations and the benefits of the latest technology. We would like to introduce our best knife collection. Blade is semi-clad of powder steel and beautiful hamon. Wave pattern appears at the tip, just like a samurai sword. Center core steel for cutting is SG2 powder steel, which contains much more key elements for hardness, anti-corrosion, and sharpness durability. Its hardness can reach up to 62 Rockwell. For the great sharpness, our artisans add fine edge by traditional honing skill to make sure the knife is razor sharp. The test result just showed us our knife sharpness lasts way longer than VG10 or Austin knives. With a long-lasting sharpness, we are sure our knife will be your lifelong favorite too. We want our knives to be used for a long time. This is why we developed knife care set to maintain sharpness with whetstone. Everything you need to sharpen the knife is contained in this box.
Let's face it, kitchen knives are a mess. The knives in your kitchen were probably a wedding or graduation present. Am I right? At ORLO, we know if more people cook from home, they'll have a healthier and happier lifestyle, finding joy putting together healthy meals and spending time in the kitchen. There's no better way to enhance that experience than by buying better tools, and the knife is the most important tool in the kitchen. The more you understand how and when to use each knife, the more joy you will get out of cooking. So we came together and created the last knife set you'll ever need. Complete with 4 high-quality Damascus steel knives and knife roll. All 4 are constructed using SG2 Japanese Damascus steel. We chose this steel because it will help your knife stay extremely sharp. They're 5 times stronger than traditional steel knives, as well as the longevity in withstanding rust. We also spent months designing and redesigning the shape, landing on these 4 simple but effective designs. Control while cutting is one of the most important things to look for in a knife. To reach that, we used an engineered wood plastic composite. It's not only extremely durable, it's also shaped to your hand, giving you force while keeping you safe. After research and testing, we found that these 4 knives are all that are needed in any cooking situation. Having a great chef's knife is something most people will never experience, but once you do, you'll never go back. The chef's knife is king of the kitchen. This is the knife that you will use most of the time for your slicing, dicing fruits and vegetables, cutting meats and fish. At 3.5 inches, the paring knife is perfect for slicing smaller items like garlic, strawberries, and other smaller fruits and vegetables. The size of the blade allows you to pay more attention to detail. The serrated knife is amazing for slicing bread, but it is also really good for slicing items that have a hard or slick surface like pineapples or tomatoes. The serrated edges catch onto the hard or slick surface and slice right through. The carving knife can do most of the things that the chef's knife cannot. The flexible blade makes cutting around bones and filleting fish quick and easy. All of these knives can be stored in this hardy knife roll. Made from waxed canvas and oil-stained leather, it's designed to hold 4 of these knives perfectly and keeps your knives organized in your house or on the go, making you feel like a chef every time you cook. Because we know that we're not the only knives out there, we made it possible for you to buy each knife individually or as a complete set. It's time to upgrade your knives. ORLO knives.
To get people back in the kitchen, we wanted to create cookware that you genuinely enjoy using. And what's the one item in your kitchen that you need to make virtually every dish? Whether it's for the finishing touches on a small meal or cracking into a big snack, your chef knife is at the core of every cooking experience. We created the Bulat chef knife in order to bring you a beautiful premium knife for less than half of what you would pay from other brands.
Hi, I'm Alex, the founder of Bulat. I love to cook, but about a year ago I found myself immensely frustrated while shopping for a new chef knife. Your choices are either a disposable piece of junk from a big box store or a ridiculously overpriced blade from a premium retailer, leaving you without many options in the middle. The world of chef knives is out of date. The bigger companies are operating on ancient sales margins that force you to pay an inflated price for a premium knife. By avoiding all the traditional retail sales channels and meeting you directly online, we're able to create an incredible knife for a fraction of the price.
The steel is the heart of the blade, and from the very beginning we wanted something that both performed well but was also beautiful. The folded pattern of the steel, sometimes referred to as Damascus or pattern welded steel, has origins that stretch back in history. Steel makers from southern India were once known for exporting the finest steel in the world. This steel found its way to Damascus, where it became famous. It was widely traded with the various empires that interacted with Damascus, including those of Eastern Europe, where it would become known as Bulat steel. Our name, Bulat, is a nod to the deep history of this steel. We are evolving the art of knives by taking inspiration from French, German, and Japanese knife making, creating one blade that truly embraces the history of all of these knife makers. Once we had a shape we liked, we brought that into the computer and created a 3D prototype in CAD. But seeing something in 3D on the computer and holding it in your hands are very different experiences. 3D printing gave us the incredible ability to print out and iterate on the design in a way we could never have imagined only a few years ago. Our goal was to create a blade that catered to all types of cutting, chopping, and slicing techniques. Ultimately, a large, gentle belly and dropped tip gave us the feel we wanted on the cutting board. Then it was time to bring the blade to life. We've established relationships with some of the most experienced knife manufacturers and steel suppliers in the world. Our steel is made in Takeifu, a region of Japan famous for blade making. Even the sharpest knives aren't magic, but a blade made with a quality steel will sharpen better and hold its edge much longer. Our blade begins with a cutting core made of VG10. This innovative steel combines the incredible cutting edge of high carbon steel with the practicality of stainless steel. Beyond just being extremely sharp, a knife should also be a pleasure to use. We've put a lot of thought into how people hold their knife, and after many revisions, we've designed a blade that's balanced and comfortable to use regardless of the size of your hands. A thumb groove in the bolster guides your fingers into a pinch grip, the technique commonly used by professional cooks.
My name is Daniel Holloway. I am the co-founder of Urban Acorn. I have different types of knives for different types of jobs. So this knife, I found that it was kind of like, you want a great knife, one great knife in your set, this would be the knife.
We strongly believe that you should love your kitchenware as much as you love your cooking. You want a knife that stays sharp, feels great in your hand, and looks beautiful. Become a backer and help us build a knife that you'll love to cook with for years to come.
We started Orient knives because we wanted to create the ultimate chef's knife.
We started with the beauty of Japanese knife steel. I think what blew us away about the steel made in Japanese knives was the incredible tradition that goes back to the days of the samurai sword makers, which is a sort of pattern welded tradition of layering steel layer over a layer and create an incredibly strong knife that will hold an incredible edge. When you receive this knife and you pick it up for the first time, we want it to feel intensely special in the hand of its owner. And to achieve that, every single touch point of the knife needs to be perfect. So the next step really was to find a designer that we felt could interpret our requirements for the handle and the ergonomics of the handle.
Fundamentally, what is the purpose of design is to make a product better. It's about quality, functionality, aesthetics, and when I was designing the Orient knives, it was really about the ergonomics and the comfort of the grip. But it was at the same time also about the curves and the aesthetics, so the looks should be perfect. We thought to improve about the knife from the Japanese tradition to pay a little bit more attention to the grip area, to the handle area. Traditionally, they are really focusing on the steel technology. We want to include the ergonomics there as well. So to have the best grip with the perfect steel.
As chefs, we hold a knife in our hands for 16 hours a day. So what we do use needs to be durable, it needs to be heavy duty, and it needs to last. The balance of a knife is really important in terms of the comfort and speed in which you cut ingredients. The Orient knives are made from a high quality Japanese steel with a very fine edge, which is really easy to sharpen. To have a solid, sharp quality knife that is reliable and faultless, then you create something that is also reliable and faultless every single time.
So we wanted the very best of Japanese knife steel combined with the very best in Western design. But more than that, we wanted to be able to offer our knives at an affordable price without the high street markups and middlemen that make Japanese steel knives so expensive.
You won't find Orient knives in any stores. We're online only. We're offering a luxury product at a fantastic price.
So Kickstarter, we need your help. We've made our first knives, but we want to make the ultimate collection of chef's knives.
We've come so far and we're so proud of what we've achieved. But now we need your support. Our designs are ready and our prototypes are complete, but we have high tooling costs and large minimum order quantities. We can't afford to launch our collection without your help.
Please support our campaign today so we can bring the quality of Japanese steel knives to customers worldwide.
Welcome to the Varix Chef's Knife, your one-piece kitchen tool. It is made in the traditional knife forging town of Solingen, Germany. Experienced craftsmen use all their skill to produce a knife of highest quality. how the glowing metal is forged into shape is a beautiful thing to watch. Through several steps, such as stamping, sanding, hardening and sharpening, this raw piece is then turned into the finished product. The inspiration for the design was drawn from the belief that the knife is a tool, maybe even the most essential tool in your kitchen. So we took visual cues from the world of traditional metal tools to shape the knife. Our aim was to create a piece that would generate its beauty and character from its raw appearance rather than by adding features like wood and rivets. Less is more. The drop forging process leaves each knife with its individual pattern on the handle, just like a fingerprint. So each knife is a unique piece. No two are alike. A beautiful detail that gives each knife its own character. Looking at how pro chefs hold their knives, we developed the open handle. It invites you to slide your thumb onto the blade and grab the knife right at the balance point, making it a pleasure to work with. And of course it's a very sharp knife. The typical Solingen knife has a hardness of 56 Rockwell. We even exceed that at 58 Rockwell. This basically means that it will be sharper and hold the sharp edge longer. So don't be afraid to use it all the time. After all, we designed it to be your everyday kitchen tool. And of course it cleans off easily due to its one-piece design. We hope you like our chef's knife as much as we do and support and share our campaign. Thank you.
Cooking should be a joy. It's more than just a means to a meal, it's a tangible experience. It's a chance to create, to decompress, to connect. It doesn't take special training to find joy in cooking at home. No matter where you're starting, anyone can make a meal they're proud of. But ask any chef and they'll tell you the most important tool in the process is your chef's knife.
I'm not a professional chef, but I love to cook. I love cooking at home for friends and family. And over the years, I've found how much more enjoyable it is when I have the right tools. This is especially true when it comes to having a really great chef's knife.
What you do in the kitchen mostly involves your chef knife. All the prepping, cutting, slicing, and all that stuff, it can feel like a chore if you've got a crummy knife. Whereas when you've got a really good chef knife, it feels good, you look forward to it. To help bring joy back to the kitchen, we spent the last 2 years creating what we believe is the best chef knife in its class, the Concours chef knife.
It all starts with the core. We wanted to make an incredibly sharp knife that would stay sharp for a long time without sharpening. That's why we chose to use OS10 steel, produced only in Tsubame, Japan, known the world over for its ability to hold an edge.
Next, we focused on balance. A well-balanced knife will feel like an extension of your hand. You'll instantly notice the way the knife seems to know what you want it to do. In fact, kan in Japanese means intuition or sixth sense. And we named it that because we wanted a blade that would do exactly what you wanted it to do.
And of course we wanted this knife to be beautiful. The OS10 core is clad between 66 layers of Damascus stainless steel and is paired with your choice of beautiful dark ebony wood or an extremely durable G10 composite handle.
Once we had a design we were happy with, we gave the Concours chef knife to some professionals to put it to the test and get their feedback.
I like the Con knife because it's very meticulously balanced. It has a great rocker action on it, razor sharp, and very easy to maintain.
So I've been using the Concours chef knife for about a month now. Haven't had to sharpen it at all. I'll take it to the hone it every day, but it stays really sharp, feels great in the hand. It's a really comfortable knife to use. It's weighted beautifully.
This knife sharpen it once, holds its edge, doesn't need a lot of maintenance.
It was extremely sharp, which is what we want. You could take that super ripe tomato and just slice it, paper thin slices.
Stand in the daily grind that I have to go through of working with this thing in my hand all the time, and the way it fits, the way it balances, the way it's sharp, it's a pretty cool knife.
We really want to get people back into the kitchen and enjoy the benefits of home cooking. Now, maybe you'll eat a little healthier or save some money, but it's all about cooking and sharing a piece of you with the people that you love. There's no better way to build relationships than sharing a good meal together.
But we really need your help. Austin Steel is only produced in Tsubame, Japan.
By placing a large enough order, we'll be able to bring down the cost on these knives. A knife like this would normally cost hundreds of dollars, but by cutting out the middleman and going directly through Kickstarter, we'll be able to get this knife into as many hands as possible because we want you to love the way you cook.